Yo, this is everything you missed in the Zenless Zone Zero version 1.7 live stream in literally 2 minutes. Speed run. We have Vivian. Vivian, she's like an ether Bernice. If you don't know what Bernice is, she's like an off-field anomaly character. Vivian does pretty much like the same role except for ether, except she also has her own unique version of proccing disorder in some way, and it's called blooming. Genshin reference, lol. And then we have Hugo. Hugo is a pretty generic ice DPS. Also, that's the a bloom thing. I don't know if you've seen it right there. Look, she look a bloom. Wow. Yeah, you just a bloom all over your enemies. Anyways, going on to Hugo. He's a pretty standard ice DPS, but he has this thing called what is it called? Like totalitarian or some junk that he applies to the enemy. What was the debuff he applies on the enemy? He applies a debuff on the enemy, and it does damage, pretty much. And when he uses his EX on a stunned enemy, they come out of the stun earlier than normally would. So, yeah, he is pretty simple ice DPS. He's got, pretty cool, decent animations. Now, going into banners, we have the Vivian banner. It's going to be Vivian with the Jane Doe rerun, and then it is going to be Hugo with the lighter rerun. Definitely want to make sure you're getting lighter for that Hugo right there for sure. That's a big pickup, I'm not gonna lie. Also, the code, they showed the code somewhere in here. Where was the code? Where's the code? Where's the code? Make sure I get you guys the code. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where the code was. Mockingbird, here we go. Bam. Make sure you get that bad boy, you know. Zenless the GOAT, they give you one code. Mockingbird, it gives you all of the rewards that you get from having 3 codes and other stuff. Also, if you care, Vivian and Hugo wallpapers, you know. This is Vivian's wallpaper, a little showcase of that. And then there's also the Hugo wallpaper. He's just sitting here nonchalant in the city light darkness, you know. Bro's kind of just farming, I'm not gonna lie. And then in terms of optimizations and events and all that, we're definitely on a filler patch since we're about to go into 2.0. There's not much here. There is the new Bang Boo though. We have I almost forgot that. There's a new Bang Boo. There's the working Boo, and then there's the Bang Boo for Vivian and Hugo's faction. Yeah. There's this Joker Boo guy, and then the events, like I said, pretty much filler events. We have this flower pot event. It's kind of similar to the drink event in HSR if you played HSR. We have a picture from that. We have 2x drop event. One of the biggest things though is they're adding ranked Bang Boo Fall Guys. Ranked Bang Boo Fall Guys with a full ranking system and everything, and the max rank is Diamond Grandmaster or some junk, whatever they call it. This is what the max rank look like. I'm gonna be there no matter what. I will be max rank easily. I'll easily be max rank. Last thing, optimizations. I'm not gonna lie, they added a whole lot of nothing. I'm gonna be honest. They kind of baited at the start. I was like, oh, we're adding crazy optimizations, because they started talking about disk drives. And then the optimization was it's a good one though. It makes it so that discarding and locking your disk drives is duplex, instead of it saying oh, you can't discard this because it's locked, or you can't lock this because it's discarded. Now it'll just lock it and take over the discard, and it'll discard and take over the lock. The other ones though are literally nothing. I think there was one for parasocial with your teammates, and then the weekly boss, you can go straight to Pursuit of Depths or no reward mode instead of leaving the menu and going back into it. I've literally never even had this thing. I mean, it's probably a good UI change if I had to be honest. Yeah, besides that, there's the Zenless Xbox stream. I'm going to be watching this too. So, hey, if you're new here, make sure to sub up to your boy. And, you know, besides that, let me know who you're planning on going for, Vivian or Hugo, in Zenless Zone Zero version 1.7. We do have Ambi Super Prime coming out, though, in 2.0. So, I mean, she's also a Void Hunter, by the way. They dropped some lore in that. Yeah, besides that, I wanted to make this 2 minutes, 4 minutes. Hey, same thing, same thing. I hope you enjoyed the video.